Hello, this is Chris from Storm Products. Today I'm going to do some work to my crawler car. Winter's coming up. It's really cool to have a crawler car to go out in the snow and stuff. I'm going to mount a body to it today. This is my crawler. It's an Axial SCX10. It's a bit modified. We'll get into that later. And this is the body that we're going to mount, which is a Honcho body. Cut off a bit, and for the rest of the cutting I'm going to use the so-called Escobar method. Why the Escobar method? You'll find out. Furthermore, I have this cage, needs to be mounted to the body, and I have some accessories that I want to put on. So I'm going to get going on all that. I'm going to keep it really simple on this one because it is going to be a body that will tumble and crash and fall and everything. Now, what you need in order to cut the body is a Dremel tool. You can also use Lexan scissors, but I don't have those. I always use a Dremel. That way you also sand up the edges of your cutouts a bit at the same time, which makes the body a bit less prone to tear. You need a Sharpie to mark up your lines. First I'm going to cut it along the lines that the Axial has put on the Honcho body themselves. After that I'm going to cut them a bit bigger in the area of the wheel arches, because as you can see over here I've put on the 2.2 tires instead of the 1.9s. This is a 1.9 tire in comparison to the 2.2s. They're a lot higher, the diameter is a bit bigger, so I will need to cut out the wheel arches a bit larger in order to accommodate those big wheels. Big wheels will look really gnarly when it's done. Also, before I start painting, I will drill some holes in the roof and in the back of the cab over here. That way I can attach the roll cage to the body, and I can put the roof rack on with the accessories. That will give it a really scale look. I'm not going to bother painting in any headlights or window frames on this one because it is going to be used and brutalized this winter. So I'm going to go for the stock stickers that Axial has supplied with this particular body. Cut out the main bits. What I'm going to do right now is going to put it sort of together so I can size up all the holes for the mounting points of the cage to the cab, and of the roof rack to the cab, and of this little part here which will contain a spare wheel afterwards on sort of like a strut in the back. That's going to be placed in the roll cage over here. Reason I will do that right now is after I paint it I won't be able to see what I'm doing. Right now it's still transparent, so it's easier to put in the holes. If you do paint it up at first, then you might end up not being able to see where you need to drill through the Lexan. After that I will sand this down a tiny bit more, just to make sure that all the edges are smooth. Why is the cutting with the Dremel referred to as the Escobar method by me? As you can see, you will get a lot of white powder, and it will make it look like you're doing something completely else than just messing around with your RC cars in your hobby room. So if you're on parole, just use the Lexan scissors. If not, just feel free to use a Dremel. I love using my Dremel. As you can tell, I'm done prepping most of the body, so I did like a mock-up where I mounted the cage to the cab, put the roof rack on, so all those holes are already drilled or reamed, because I used my body reamer to make the holes. Right now you can see that over here, because I went for the bigger wheels, that I have kind of a conflict with the body work, because they touch. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stay true to the lines of the body, so I'm going to cut it along here and make a different cut along the door over here, to make sure that I got no rubbing issues once the suspension is fully compressed when I'm actually using the car. Using my Sharpie, I've put on a line along which I'm going to cut. Make sure that it's not too little. The material that I'm going to move away, as you can see, I need to take out quite a bit in order for this to actually work. I cut everything out. Now I got the clearance that I was looking for, so everything is turning smooth and it will run well like this. It's looking very Colombian, so there's this white powder all over the truck. So I'm gonna give it a good wash, take that off the roof rack, the cage, everything. Make sure it's fully prepped for paint. Paint it up simply with a few colors, and I'll be back after I'm done masking up the windows and when I'm ready to put on some paint. I'm completely done cutting out the legs and parts the way they're supposed to be cut. Drilled all the holes in there, washed them out with hand soap. If you want to have more info on prepping a body, the cutting and the painting, or the stuff that I use, you can check my other videos, because I made a quite elaborate painting tutorial a few months ago. This is approximately what we're going to do on this body. I want to have a pinstripe between the dark color that I'm going to use on top. That's also why I didn't mask it, because you always start out with the dark colors first. I'm going for a metallic blue on the roof, combined with some flakes. Then between the metallic blue and the white that I will put on here eventually, I want to put a fluorescent pink. So it will be a bit of a pinstripe. As you can see, I made well, it's a bit of like a tribal style of stripe between the two colors. It's somewhat in correspondence with the Axial logo. Axial themselves actually supplies quite nice masking with the body. So there's also a tiny Axial logo that I use as a centerpiece over here. So what I'm going to do, because it will be, I think, rather boring to watch me do this all on cam, I'm going to cut this out, put on the colors, and I'll be back once I'm ready to peel off the clear overspray film that's on the shell. I'm done painting. I gotta say, kudos to Axial for actually supplying decent window masks with their bodies. Really tacky, so I didn't have to worry about getting any bleeders under there. In my experience, the window masks supplied with shells, they're always a bit, they're poor quality, but these were really good. Also, this bit of masking was provided with the kit. What I'll do right now, I'll just go ahead and peel away the overspray film so you can see the end result of the paint job, and afterwards I'll be going off camera for a bit and supplying some of the stickers that came with the kit. They got some stickers for the windows, for the headlights, for the grille, and some logos. If you want to get sparkles in your paint like this, the metal flake effect that's going on, from the top of my head it's a PS53 by Tamiya. Works really nice if you want to get like a bit of an extra effect in there. The body is on. I put on all the accessories as well, the roof rack, all the Proline stuff that I got. Instead of going for one spare tire on the back, as is common with the Honcho. Let me get out of the light for a bit over here. I put on the 2 spare tires. I had the two 1.9 tires laying around anyway, since I'm using the 2.2s on the truck. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Much more to come painting wise, and also I'm going to paint up my EXO, finish all my winter projects in the months to come, and stay tuned.